Hello, hello again, everyone. This is Jan from New York City and Steve. Hi, Steve. How
Hello.
you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. And my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. As always, please let me know if we are getting to you guys. Steve and I work really, really hard and tirelessly to get this thing to happen.
Yeah.
But I have to thank Steve on this one because this technical glitch that did not have to exist at all in the first place was hinging on a misunderstanding online on my end. I could get into the whole technical thing of it, but it wouldn't be fair to the viewers who aren't here for technical information. But I could tell you this much: Steve was very instrumental in helping, and I want to thank you personally again, Steve. I really do appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Here's the thing: I'm gonna like narrow it down to a nutshell. It was a minor thing that I kept worrying about that used to be there, but then they made a switch. This company that we're streaming on, which we love, so I have nothing bad to say,
Yeah.
and somewhere they made a change, and I was like hoping that it would come back to that, but it didn't. Long story short, Steve showed me a shortcut way to get to where we are now. And hey, Sharon, good morning. How are you? Sharon saying hi to both of us. Yay.
Good morning, Karen. Nice to
How
see
you
you.
doing today? Again, I also want to thank personally Sharon Jackson as well as Steve, my wonderful channel contributors. They're just so amazing. And I don't know what the channel would be like without them. I loved last night's gift show. Who saw the last night gift show? If you have not seen it, oh, thanks. I'm glad.
That's all
If
right.
you have not seen it, head over there for handmade gifting ideas. Gifts from the heart mean a lot to me. And you know something, Steve? I think that's what I'd like to focus on. Doesn't someone by the name of Steve have a birthday coming up soon?
Next Saturday.
1 week from today. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
And you're going to be what? Very young or old? Well, you're forever young. You're
Oh,
wonderful last name.
no, in all honesty, though, I'm going to be 46. Yes, I, I do realize I don't appear that. I've been told by many that I still look like I'm in my late 30s, but all I can say on that note is I wish, but no. But I'm going to be 46 on the 31st.
I would take 46 back in a New York heartbeat. Okay. And a quick story about birthday, Steve. I don't know if I mentioned it to you, but I'll share this with others.
Hmm.
When I turned 21, my family had a party for me, but I went hysterical crying, and they were like, "Why are you crying?" So my former father-in-law, he said, "Why are you crying, Janet?" I said, "Because I'm so old." So he said, "Jan, I wish I was 3 years older than you. I mean, 3 times older than you, not 3 years older, 3 times older than you." And then he put it into perspective. Sharon, I'm really glad that you're out there. Do you still hear us? Because I just want to make sure.
Yeah, because
Well, yeah, thank you so much for your cooperation and your participation. Sharon, look at the comment section on last night's video. You got a few raving comments.
oh
Just
yeah,
saying. Just saying.
absolutely.
You know, Steve, you and I intended to do. Oh, by the way, wait, before I forget, to anybody that's viewing, let us know whether it's now or on playback later, whatever. What is your favorite way to celebrate your birthday? Let us know. I'm dying to know that. That's very interesting. Me, I don't like to cook on my birthday. I like to have a special cake on my birthday. My gifts do not have to be extreme or anything like that. I love gifts from the heart. That's I really, really do, and I can look back fondly at them and go back to it. Steve, you and I really intended. Thank you, Sharon. You and I really intended to have a Money Monday show. Remember that? Is
Yeah,
this the Money Monday show? Not really. It's just going to talk about some stuff show today.
yeah, yeah. This
But
random.
yeah, yes, Steve. So, did you get to see the original show that I had put up a while back? But I had to yank it down in like 10 minutes because there was a question about the music in there. So rather than keep it up, I took it down. The sad part is it was one of my best audio. I could just scream. It was one of my best audio tips. And it was about the 7 dinner night strategies. I don't remember the exact title offhand because I write things down all over the place. But it was about 7 dinner strategies on the cheap. And it was very, very frustrating because the message was great. And I always intended to come back to this. So, Steve, let me ask you a question. Do you enjoy sandwiches in general?
Oh, absolutely. Let's see. My top favorite sandwich. I've always been a turkey guy. You could give me whole wheat bread. Mayonnaise is okay. Prefer Miracle Whip. Some yellow mustard. Give me some oven roasted turkey, or smoked turkey or whatever. A good cheese. Um, the lettuce or the toppings doesn't, or the vegetables doesn't really matter. Maybe a piece of lettuce, maybe a little onion, and I'm good to go.
All sounds yummy, scrumptious. Love it.
But then again, at the same time, I can go back and revisit my childhood. My childhood, because I was really like a late 70s kid. When I went to school, my lunch was Oscar Mayer bologna, Miracle Whip, Wonder Bread, and Kraft singles. So that must have been the ish, or the going thing at that time. Oh, and Capri Sun. I don't want to leave that out. So
Oh, you definitely were an 80s kid, Capri Sun.
um, I still visit that avenue sandwich wise. I also like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich from time to time.
Aw. Here's an age determination with me. If you like fluff, 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 la la da 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 da. 60s kid,
Mhm.
60s child, 70s teen, early teens, early 70s type kid. But the reason why I'm bringing up sandwiches is that sandwiches were actually part of the strategy of savings. I mean, you can dress a sandwich up, you can dress a sandwich down. If you can create sandwiches 3 to 4 nights out of the week, they are fast, they are easy, they are not fancy. And I wish people would stop sending me comments on the top from that other platform interrupting my live feed. Anyway, just saying, just saying. Sandwiches can be dressed up, dressed down. You could spend a little bit, you can spend a lot of it. If you utilize the strategy of the 4 out of 7 nights a week for dinner, for example, for sandwiches, you have a tremendous savings on your grocery bill. It does not have to be fancy. And it doesn't always have to be a cold sandwich. Do you enjoy any hot type of sandwiches?
Uh, yes, I do. Um, let's see. My top favorite is always going to be a good Philly cheesesteak sandwich. I don't really care when I dine out, if I go to a restaurant, that's not what I'm going to order. Of course, I'm going to order something different. But if I look on the menu, if I see that on there, maybe not the following time, but the time after, at some point, I'm going to try that Philly cheesesteak sandwich. That's one of the ones that I like to eat. Another one, again, it depends on how it's made. I do like a nice meatball sub as well.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you for the reminder. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you viewed that particular video before it went down, or you just, of course, I know you like meatball subs, but why not? I had actually even given my meatball recipe to make this in the oven. Sharon, I so appreciate that you're still there. If there's anyone else out there, I need to know that we're going across the board. Anybody else, just say hi or yes. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Getting back to the meatball situation, I learned a trick. There's always been this big debate amongst people of my ancestry. Do you have them fried? Do you have them baked? Half the people want them fried, half the people want them baked. As long as you make it well, that's what counts. But
Okay.
here's the trick. If you want to have like duplicating sort of a lot, like a fried sandwich, a fried meatball sandwich, what you could do with that fried meatballs, rather, you put 1 capful of oil in your meatball mixture. And then you take an ice cream scoop or something that equally measures everything so that everything cooks evenly. Then you do all the ingredients, roll them up. And the extra trick is put breadcrumb not only on the inside, but roll them on the outside, and you get a nice little crust. So you put that together, shove that in the oven, 350, 30, 35 minutes, add your marinara sauce or your shredded mozzarella on top, and you have yourself a whole bunch. 1 pound usually yields about 13 nice sized meatballs. You cannot go wrong with a meatball sub. So the strategy, Steve, and anyone else listening, viewing, is make sandwich night 4 nights out of the week. You save a ton of money. You save on tips. You save on takeout. You save on time. And get some good quality or even cheap quality paper plates. The cleanup is a breeze. So that was something that I really, really wanted to convey. Hey, Shirley. Hey, Adam. Thank you so much. Now I know you guys can actually see and hear us. We love you. It is so nice of everyone that comes by and takes a minute to stop by. We really appreciate it. And Steve, you just launched a channel now, didn't you?
Yeah, I launched a channel about 5 days ago. Of course,
Congratulations.
thank you. I had you on there as a guest, a couple of times. And my original plan to start a channel was back in July. But of course, life events occur that are out of our control. And it delayed me from, putting one up. So I figured, it was around the 19th of October. I said, well, you know what? I said, this could be an early birthday gift to me. So I just took the liberty and went ahead and just started, I really didn't know what I was doing at the time when I put my first video up. I just, stayed myself, relaxed, just spoke, and basically just went with it. So, but, my topic choices or what I'm going to say on there is going to be random. I don't, because from day to day, I don't really know what I'm going to discuss. 1 minute.
That's fine. That's wonderful. And I like that. It's kind of like opening up the Cracker Jack box and you don't know what's coming in there. You just have that surprise subject matter. Because sometimes it could be a little bit too predictable. I mean, don't get me wrong, everyone. I do like to talk about saving money, but every once in a while I'll veer off into something slightly different. But at the end of the day, if it also helps us save money, that's a double bonus. But I'm not just going to be save money, save money, save money, save money. I like to variate it somewhat. Good for you, Steve. Good for you. I like that idea.
Yeah, I mean, my first video was an introductory, didn't know where to go with it. Second video was about money saving tips and credit card debt. And if you have debt, what you can do with it to cut down on the interest. And so
that was a great show. Both shows. I mean, not because you're my friend and all that. Those two shows were really powerful. So I strongly suggest, if you've never heard of the Steve Young channel, I can link his most recent videos, and I think I will link up your videos in my not description box, but you could go all the way just to the comments and go where my pinned posts are. By the way, almost every day I write a pinned post. So there's some sort of message or a link there, whatever. Let's see, Adam. It's raining now in Wales, so it's time for another cup. Go get your cup of coffee, and I don't blame you. The weather here today is iffy. It's dicey. It's like the
coming back to what Adam is saying, when you have a day that it's rainy, dreary, You know, that's really one of those types of days you just want to have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and just chill out or relax. You know, it's one of those, you're not, you know, here, I've also considered it, a day that you not only do that, but maybe find a good movie on TV or watch a good TV series or something and just,
You're not kidding, but I'm very upset. Wait, Adam said something. 0% balance transfer on credit cards is a great deal.
it is.
He's a credit card king. This is Mr. Money right here.
No, 0%. Like I said, in my case, with my credit union, from time to time, usually about 2 times out of the year, maybe 3, they'll offer me a 0 or like a 1.9 or a 2.99 and keep it. Yeah, because people shouldn't have to lay out that extra interest when you don't have to. I mean, think about something. Right now, I'll go ahead and include this. I owe a couple of thousand right now at 5.99. I had it at 14 plus. Why should I pay $25, $30 interest over there when I basically took out a personal loan on myself using what I had available, and I cut it down to about $11 a month? So I'm putting what, $19, $18 worth of money back in my wallet. So that's saving. But if you can get the 0 anything, you have it made because it's the same as cash.
And those are the insidious ways. I even mentioned this for a second. I alluded to it on your show the other day. Those are the insidious ways where we can either lose money or we can take advantage of it, turn it around, and save money. Now, a lot of people like, well, how can I like manage saving? Well, there are a lot of apps out there that keep track of your money. Another trick, I even mentioned this on Steve's show the other day, and I really hope you head to it, is basically like when you are managing your checking account, go over the amount that's needed. That way, at the end of the month, when you're reconciling your checkbook or whenever you decide to, you're ahead of the game and you're saving instead of going backwards and like going like, what? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. No, those are, and how about like people that think that it doesn't matter, like little bits of savings here, little bits of savings. Everything counts. I always feel this way. You can even compare it to a diet, right, Steve? If you do one positive thing on your eating plan every day, even if it's just quit soda. I quit ice cream. By the way, everyone, just to share, and Steve can attest to it. When was the last time I had ice cream, Steve?
It's been a pretty good while.
I'll give you the exact date.
I know
that you know the date. I know that you know the date. December 8th, which was my mom's birthday. I said on December 8th, 2019, well, Mom, happy birthday. This is my last ice cream for one whole year. I haven't touched ice cream in a year, but I shedded some weight doing one thing. Mm-hmm. I eliminated ice cream, just one thing, because I know that ice cream is sort of like a trigger for me. And if I go back to ice cream in the future, which I will on December 8th in honor of my mom, she's no longer here, but I'm going to celebrate her special day. I'm going to have that individual Klondike bar. Oh, did I say the word? Well, you know the one. I actually did a video on how that video was the last time I had the ice cream. I actually have a video proof of it, of how do you eat one of those bars? On top of that, Adam says, I collect points, which I redeem on Amazon, and there is no annual fee. Really cool. That was good, Adam.
One of my credit cards, if I'm understanding what he said, I needed I needed a charger for my laptop, and I didn't want to pay $70, so I found one on Amazon refurbished. It was like an off-brand, and I thought, well, why do I need to pay out of my pocket? I can just take money off my points balance that I have on my credit card. And I had about $45 or $50. So the charger cost me almost 22, lacking a couple of cents. So I just took the money off of that and they just sent it to me. It was no pop money out of my wallet
Wow.
for it. So, oh, I wanted to mention you cut back on the ice cream and you shed the weight. All right. True story with me. I lost a good 100 pounds, if not a little better.
Congratulations.
Thank you. What I did is I cut out the biggest thing. People think, oh, but I got to have a soda. I got to have a Coke. I got to have a Sprite. I have to have a Mellow Yellow or a Mountain Dew or Dr. Pepper. Read the ingredients. Do you realize one can of a can of Coke is like taking a teaspoon of sugar and you're doing that about 13 or 14 times in a cup. Think about that.
That's a really good analogy because it's true. Can you imagine going to, let's say, a sugar bowl, have just, let's say there's a glass of just water, and you're reaching into that sugar bowl, spoon after spoon. You're right. I thought I heard something like 12 or 13 of those spoons. That's,
And
ugh.
one other thing, be careful with dark colored sodas, especially. All right,
Why is that?
phosphoric acid is a calcium depleter. So as you're drinking your Coke, oh, it's so good, it's so refreshing, it's so this, it's so that, you're sapping the calcium out of your system.
Adam mentioned two important things: that he pays his bill quickly on a prior comment, very good with his credit card. And he also just mentioned, I stopped drinking soda years ago. It is so unhealthy. I cringe at it. You know what it is? It's a science lab in a can. That's not to say, not to mention expensive. Cut that one thing out of your budget, see where the money starts growing. You'd be amazed. That doesn't mean that I don't miss my bubbles. So I will have some seltzer, which is
nothing wrong with
relatively, yeah. And better still, sparkling water. Natural is like the ultimate best.
Also, no, like I said, with my weight, March 29th, 2004, I gave up all soda, all of it. Now I will drink seltzer, club soda. I like an occasional Perrier, something like that. That's fine. But you really have to watch your sodas. And yes, I agree very much with you, Adam. It is unhealthy. It's not good for you. And
it doesn't really, if people are drinking it to quote, end unquote, quench their thirst, no, scientifically proving there's only one thing that actually quenches the body's thirst, whether you like to hear it or not, it's water. But you don't have to be bored with water. You could dress it up, squeeze a little bit of lemon or orange in there, or let a couple of grapes or a fruit of your choice and sit in that water, or a little piece of watermelon. Like, wake it up. There are changes we can make, choices. We live in a world of choices. So I chose on December 19th, 2020, and I got to find that video, that Klondike bar was the last one I'm going to have for 1 year. Yeah. And here we are, October, what is today, 24th or 25th?
24th.
24th, October 24th, almost at the year. Right. And let me tell you something, I just cut out one thing. I don't drink soda anyway. That's a given. I quit soda a long time ago. Will I have it once in a while? I was really loving, the one that starts with the word doctor. There's something in there that makes you want more and more. And I says, no.
What makes you want more and more and more is the sugar. And I'll tell you why. Most people don't realize sugar is a feeder when it's in your body. Well, think about something. You're not quenching your thirst with a soda, so you keep grabbing another and more and more and more. You're not doing anything. You're actually doing, like you said, water. You need water. Now, when I say water, I do recommend, there's nothing wrong with a 16.9 ounce bottle of Poland Spring or similar. But I also recommend, if those can afford it, a good Smart Water or something like Evian. You need something with a good pH or an alkaline to it as well.
So, that's excellent, Steve. Did you see what Adam just mentioned? He said, exactly, guys. I drink water diluted with squash. That's
Oh,
interesting.
that is.
So you just like let it sit there for a little while, or let us know specifically what you do. This sounds really quite interesting. Thank you, Adam.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, squash.
Yeah, like I love the flavor of cucumbers. What are cucumbers comprised mainly of? Water.
Water.
They're low in calories, they fill you up, they're very yummy. I could peel one of those, for example, cut it up. I could let it even sit in my water to give that like that slight cucumber aspect flavor to fine. I guess it's sort of similar to what Adam is saying.
Mm-hmm.
Sugar and MSG is a disaster for our diet.
Oh,
Oh, you will.
it is. It is. I don't even like monosodium glutamate. I mean, I know it's a form of salt, but you have to
That,
you have to
that's it.
watch MSG because a lot of the time. Now, don't get me wrong. I do like Chinese food or Oriental food from time to time. They tend to use that in there. They just don't tell you, so you have to be careful.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Some people have bad allergies to MSG, and you have to really, really watch it. Let's get back to the saving aspect for a second. Okay, I try to encourage, the viewers. I love them so much. Try to aim to save $10 a week on your grocery bill. We just mentioned two powerful tools that a person can effortlessly shave $10 to $15 off of their weekly grocery bill if they, shop weekly, for example,
mhm.
or whatever you shop, you're going to shave something off of your bill. So, for example, doing that sandwich strategy, and you can use vegetables if you're not a meat person.
Right.
You can work with dairy if you enjoy dairy. Dress it up, dress it down. You could use whole wheat bread. You could use whatever
Mhm.
bread of your choice. Me personally, Janet, I like a good quality bread. That is where I will go a little more luxurious route. You know that, Steve.
Um,
When it comes to bread, I like the better ones.
I mean, I have a couple of three favorites. I like a good whole wheat. I like a multigrain. Here's a good one that most people don't overlook. They say the darker the bread, the better the more grain you're going to get out. Most people forget about this when it's a good quality. I like pumpernickel from time to time.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
look,
good.
you want to. No, I always heard the darker the flour, the more pure and the more goodness you're going to get out of it. That's what I was told.
That's it.
From
And
the,
another thing, what did I do this week? For anybody that's been like following the shows a lot, I once again, and I started cooking at 7 a.m. my pasta salad for the weekend. I calculate with a measuring cup because I know that a measuring cup of 1 cup of a certain pasta is 190 calories dry per cup. So what I do is I'll measure out, let's say 4, and I won't exceed 2 servings of that per day. For example, if I'm not in the mood of cooking, I'm tied up all day today. I am a busy person all day today. I have a lot of personal video chats to be on that I can't wait to see, and they know who they are. And I just want to just zone out and just have my happy day, not worry about cooking. Pasta salads on the high recommendation list with the sandwiches. Budget buster. The other day I worked kielbasa into it. It was quite good. It is a blank canvas. Just measure, get your favorite low carb stuff, or if money is tight, you could even just go the vegetable route. Who's to say you just can't throw in some tomatoes and onions and cucumbers and
Mhm.
just make it your own, and it spreads and you save time, effort, energy. Yum, yum. Let's
Now,
see this.
if I may,
Nothing beats a good Italian or French baguette for me. Just saying.
if I may, if I may say something on that one.
Go ahead.
On my mother's side of the family, I've got Sicilian ancestry, so I know the Italian Sicilian. Okay, I have no problem with a good French baguette or Italian, uh, loaf bread because what I tend to do is I'll go to the deli. I'll get some good cheese. I'll get some mortadella or prosciutto is okay. Some Genoa salami, and I'll tear off a piece of the bread, and I'll open it up and I'll fill it with what I bought. So That's a very Italian thing to do. On another
Yeah.
note, I wanted to tap on a couple of things, if I may. I'm glad to hear, Adam, that you saved your some money at the grocery store by capping. What I do is I focus on the weekly ad, and I plan my meals around that for the week. So that helps out. And plus,
Right.
where I'm at, they offer a buy one get one free from on a lot of the time. And the only other thing I wanted to add on is coming back to the money savings thing, and maybe Adam knows this, and to other subscribers. If you want to make a purchase and you're going to be, a couple of $300-400, but you're worried about paying it back, if you make that purchase about the time your statement prints, maybe the day of, the day after, right in that little block, you just bought yourself an extra 4 weeks because it's not going to be due the next month. It'll be the month following.
Absolutely great strategy.
Right. That helps you be able to pay off.
Getting to a second to the EV202 whole wheat baguette is good too. Yeah. Adam, I also avoid eating white bread. My favorite one is seeded brown batch. Cool. Whatever floats your boat, whatever works well for your family, for your taste, within your budget. Okay. You work with what you have. If the only thing you could get on sale, and if you could get a great price on a certain bread for 99 cents as a manager special, don't turn it down. Yeah. Get it. You could have the fancier stuff the following week. It's all about method. And I have done countless videos. Steve, maybe you've viewed them, about the skinny chicken versus the fat cat time of the month.
I have.
Fat cat time of the month is like, yeah, you got all that money, you got your check, ooh, everything's cool. Then all of a sudden, let's say the person gets their check the beginning of the month. That's something like about the 13th, 14th, they're like, Then all of a sudden, this fat cat shrunk down into a skinny chicken. They're like, oh, what am I going to eat? No. You don't want to live that kind of life. You don't want that up and down life. You want to live an even keel. By following these basic principles, you can do that. So you know what, Steve? We're going to wrap this up in a minute.
Okay.
And before I do, I want to thank everyone here for your participation. It was so nice stepping in here this morning together, all of us. But I'm going to leave basically talking about this note. It's not about how much or how big you do something. It's about consistency. I consistently stopped eating my nemesis ice cream for almost 1 year. Just one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not a soda drinker, so that's out of the question already. So I don't drink soda, and I cut out the ice cream, and I have very good results. So the same principle, doesn't that work with money, right? In savings, if you save consistently, even if it's this big, I don't care if it's $1. Steve and I talked about that on his show. Please head over to it. There are a lot of great points we made on his show, and I'm going to put that down below in the section there. Well, Steve, thank you for your time. Do you have anything else you want to add to that, Steve?
One little quick thing. You mentioned about fat cat to skinny cat. Here's a little simple thing that I do. When you get paid, look and see what your amount is. Figure out your bills. Whatever your bottom line is, if you have whatever amount of money that is after you take out your bills, your utilities you have to pay out. Take that amount of money until the next time you get paid. Divide that. Whatever you get, try to stay within that amount. What you don't use carries over.
Oh, I love that. That's like the gravy, the extra sauce, the extra gravy on the side dish. That's wonderful.
I do that. So that,
well, because Steve is so chock full of a lot of information, especially in my opinion with the financials, but that's not all he's going to do. But when you do get to hear his show and view his show, you're going to always find something that you walk away with of interest. Next week, I'd like to come back and talk about edible gift giving gifts from the heart, baking. I want to hear a lot of people's wonderful input, and you guys have it. Let me see if there's anything else here. All right, everyone. I want to thank everyone for your time. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for coming by again, Steve.
Everybody coming by. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay. Have a great weekend, everybody, and hope to see you back on Money Monday. I didn't say that. I did not. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day.
All right. Bye.
Bye.